Hey guys, welcome to today's market update. My name is Alejandro Zambrano, Chief Market Analyst with Amana Capital and TradeCaptain.com. In today's update, we're going to take a look at the main currency pairs, going to provide you guys with a quick update on the trend of these markets and which levels to watch. Let's begin with the Euro versus the USD. So you're looking at a 1 hour chart here right now. And the trend is clearly bullish. You can see the price is creating higher and higher and higher and higher lows, and price reached a high of 120.93 a few days following the last ECB rate meeting. Since then, the market has pulled back a little bit, and I suspect it could potentially pull back a little bit further, maybe down to something like I would guess maybe 1985, maybe all the way down to 1950. And then maybe from these levels look to bottom out and then head higher. The next resistance level and target for bullish trader is most likely the high here created last week, whereas I want to remain bullish as long as trade above the slowdown here, which is 119. The next market we're going to watch is the pound versus the USD. So the pound dollar, if you look at the daily chart, had a very strong rise last week. It is now relatively close to the August high here created in August, of course, the August high of 132.71, and I guess on some sort of a pullback, the market is going to be ready to lift this market higher. Of course, it could easily rally higher from current levels, but you see the risk-reward ratio is not favorable at these levels. If we go long right now at these levels, we could potentially make another 71 pip or so, but the last interesting low is down here 130.10, so the market could decline with 186 pip, or that would be our stop loss. So 184 pip stop to look to make just 70 pip doesn't make any sense. So I suspect that again it can go up a little bit, but eventually looking to roll over, and maybe in 2-3 days could be down at 131, and around these levels I suspect the market might look to turn bullish again. Here's the euro dollar yen, and I'm finding this really interesting because you might remember we covered this market extensively over the last few weeks, and you can see how the price has now traded below this low here from March this year, and this is the 108.10 level, and we took out the support level, and there's a lot of prior lows here that could potentially act as resistance now. So I suspect the market could maybe move a little bit higher from current levels, but as long as you trade below this high here, let me show you it. It's the 109.40 level. Then as you can see here, the trend is clearly bearish, and I suspect that the market could roll over around these levels and eventually touch the low. And then because we had a break to the 108.10 level, well, the next support level is down at 105.57. Here's the Aussie dollar versus the USD. Here as well, we had a very nice bullish move in the last week, and for now we're giving back some of the gains. The interesting low to focus on is 79.61. I think the trend is clearly bullish above this level, and pullbacks out to the breakout level, maybe 1.80, or even maybe already at these levels, could potentially act as a reversal level, and then for the market to test this high in the next few days. Here's the New Zealand dollar versus the USD, and here I think we're better off using a 4-hour chart. The market hasn't really made up its mind if it wants to be bullish or bearish, but we do know that the trend was bearish until last week, but because price traded above this high here on the 8th of August, the trend is now not bearish any longer. Instead, I think it's trading sideways between 71.29 and 73.38, and as long as you trade between these levels, I don't think it makes too much sense to have a strong view on this market. Do wait for either a bullish breakout or a bearish breakout. But most likely what I think is going to happen is that this volatility is going to narrow down further, and then we'll have some sort of a nice breakout, either up or down. Here's dollar CAD. So the central bank delivered a surprise rate hike last week. The market tumbled from pretty much 124 and touched a level, touched the 120.57 level. The trend is clearly bearish, as you can see here. Price is creating lower and lower highs, and it makes perfect sense to me at least that this market could continue to go down lower. The next level I'm looking at is 119.26. Now, most likely traders will see a pullback, maybe up to 122.44, 123, up to these levels as some sort of a reversal, and then for the market to go down to 120.57, and then again maybe 119.26 in a few weeks' times. Finally, well not finally, actually finally, the first of the commodities we're going to watch today is price of gold. The trend of gold, as you can see on this 4 hours, clearly bullish. We're screening higher, higher, and higher lows. The last major important low, according to me, is the 1297 level, and the market moved down a little bit. Maybe it'll go up, but I think eventually it needs to have a little bit more of a pullback, maybe around these levels, around 13.26 or so. The market might turn bullish again. Finally, crude oil. So here's crude oil. We watched this a few days ago as well, if I remember correctly. We had a break to 52.92. Taking out this was a nice clear breakout, which made perfect sense given the situation with Storm Harvey and Hurricane Irma. So it made perfect sense that this would need to push up higher. It breached this levels, pushed to the next high, which happened to be this high here from May 24th. So this was a nice little setup and trade. And now we're experiencing is a pullback. It's a pullback, but as long as trade above this low, which is 51.94, then I suspect traders will see a pullback. It's an opportunity to go long. If we pull back and reverse from these levels, I suspect the market can go up to 54.83 again, and with a break to this high, we could potentially go to 55.95. And that's it, guys. That concludes today's update. Don't forget to subscribe to our videos on YouTube at tradecaptain.com for more updates like these, and as well don't forget to check out tradecaptain.com for more news on the financial markets, such as currencies, stock market indices, and crude oil and gold. If you have any questions as well, don't forget to use the contact form on the homepage. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next day or two. Thank you.